Amanda Nguyen is this week's Woman Up Wednesday, and if you have not heard of her before, please be prepared to be inspired. She's a civil rights activist. She's an astronaut. In fact, she is the first Vietnamese and Southeast Asian woman to go to space. She is an author. She is the CEO and founder of RISE, which is a nonpartisan organization that helps support sexual assault survivors, as well as to help other grassroots organizations build up their cause and to help write and pass legislation. And this all stemmed from a really horrific incident that happened during her last year at Harvard. In 2013, she was finishing up her studies when she was raped. After spending almost 6 hours at the hospital and doing all of the things that that entails, she learned that her rape kit would be destroyed in 6 months' time if it was recorded as Jane Doe. And on the RISE website, there's a quote that says, "America doesn't give an equal voice. Too often, underrepresented groups are left out of the policy conversations that impact their lives. This rigged system, paid lobbying, sells democracy to the highest bidder, which bars marginalized, less resourced people from accessing the legislative process." Walking out of the hospital that night, Amanda realized that she had a choice to accept the system or rewrite the law. So she rewrote the law, and she is the author. She drafted the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights, which was signed into law in 2016. It passed unanimously through Congress a whole lifetime ago, it feels like, right? And she uses RISE to help other people draft legislation and walk them through that process. She thought after all of this happened at Harvard that her dreams of being an astronaut would never be realized, that she would never get to go to space. She was a scientist, but last year she did in fact get to make her dream a reality when she went up to space and she was able to do some of her scientific research, which focuses on bioastronautics and women's health. In there was some backlash when she came back from space because it was part of that all women crew, and for a while she said it really depressed her, but she wasn't going to let that stop her from knowing that she was able to do important research while she was up there. She was named the 2022 Time Woman of the Year. In 2019, she was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. And I'm going to throw up a graphic right here at the end that shows some of her other accolades and awards. But she is the definition of turning something terrible in your life and turning it around to not only make it better for her, but for so many other people. And she is genuinely an inspiration. So on this Woman Up Wednesday, I would like for you all to take a moment and learn as much as you can about Amanda Nguyen.